Hello, welcome back to PARANORMASIGHT, the Mermaid's Curse. We are continuing. Actually, I had a little thought that this seems kind of like a slower start than the first game. I think in the first game there was quite a big surprise in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure it was like within the first hour. I said I don't think I want to branch off to the other characters just yet. Let's see how far we can get with Yuza for now. The residents of Kamishima are extremely against Yuza becoming an ama diver. Yuza believes that the hidden secret behind his deceased mother, Mare Minakuchi, is the reason for this, and that it is also the key to finding the mermaid, so he begins a full-scale search. Let's go. Get your teas. True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. Oh yeah, we're going to ask Wakamura and Suyu about the mother. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it. I think this is Suyu, yeah. Town clock. Tori. Jetty. Okay. Actually, first let's just browse. Oh. Huh? Oh, is she crying? Tsukasa? Sato, what's going on? Well... I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. Tsukasa, come on, we're drawing too much attention here. Jeez. Hey. What was that all about? Something was definitely up with them. Yeah, they practically ran off when they saw us. Tsukasa was crying. What the hell could have happened? What the hell? I'm worried too, but Sato said she can't explain right now. I'm sure that means they'll tell us what's up later. True, we shouldn't grill them if they're not ready to talk about it. Yeah. Still, that was pretty intense crying. Something tells me we should just pretend we didn't see them. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's it. Let's check out Chuo Street. Cause you also gotta look for mockingbirds. Seems like there's a bit of a commotion over there. Maybe they know something about the rumors. Want me to go ask? That'd be great, thanks. Hey, what's up? Did something happen? Oh, if it isn't Azami. I don't know if you've heard, but... But what? 15 minutes later. Welcome back. Man, once they get started, they never stop talking. Anyway, nothing about your mom, I'm afraid, but they did have some interesting things to say. Interesting things? Do you want the normal news first, or the worrying news? Let's start with the normal news. How about the normal news? So we've got a bunch of tourists visiting right now, as usual. But what's really got people talking is that there are 2 foreigners among them today. Oh, really? I hear the Isegrand Shrine sees a lot of foreign visitors, but it's unusual for them to come to the outlying islands like this. What's more, it seems they've been going around asking a bunch of questions. And get this. Apparently they said they've come here looking for mermaids. Oh, mermaids? Curious, right? Yeah, right when we are looking into them too. And that's not all. For some reason they were asking about your mom, Mare Minakuchi, too. Okay, this is no coincidence. What? But why would foreign visitors be asking about my mom? Seems like people think they're pretty shady. I was told not to go near them and everything. No, I definitely want to hear what they have to say. I wonder where they are now. They're probably still on Kamishima at least, though the question is where. Well, I guess if we see 2 Westerners around, we'll know who they are, eh? Apparently they're an older man and a young girl. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we'll know them when we see them. I hope we manage to find them. Okay. Oh yeah, and the worrying news. Okay. There are reports that 2 ama divers have gone missing. Apparently both cases were around Ijika town on the mainland. Oh, Were they diving accidents or something? I'd guess so. It seems it's still under investigation though. The sea hasn't been that rough lately. But I guess it is a dangerous job, so you never know what might happen. Yeah, you might come across a hole and have a freaking ghost pull you down, apparently. Still, 2 AMA divers going missing one after another is pretty unusual, so it does make you wonder. It wasn't that long ago there was all that talk of human bones being found in the sea near Toba, you know? What? I remember that, yeah. Isn't that also near Rijeka? Maybe this is why Chia was going on about bad omens? Yeah, it's definitely worrying news. Okay, looks like that's all the info we're going to get around here. Let's try going somewhere else. No, let me search for mockingbirds. Okay, so... now town clock left? Sorry, we're browsing. Maybe we'll come across the western... Oh, well, if it isn't Shotaro. Hey there, you two. Just the man I wanted to see. You wouldn't happen to have seen Sato around, would you? Magnetson. Shotaro Wakamura. He looks cool. 21, university student. The only son of Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kameshima magnate. Due to his father's influence, he was pampered by those around him from an early age, but he grew up to be a pleasant and sincere young man despite this attention. He is well regarded by those who know him, often being told that he has been blessed with a sharp intellect, good looks, and a variety of talents. He is currently attending a university in Tokyo, and is back on Kameshima for summer break. Although his father Shinobu wants Shotaro to inherit the influence and wealth he has spent much of his life building up, Shotaro himself has no intention of doing so. On the contrary, he is skeptical of the old-fashioned insular ways of island society, and regards his father as the very embodiment of those outdated mores, viewing him with utter disgust for his overbearing, vulgar tendencies and superstitious beliefs. Okay. Sato? No, haven't seen her today. Okay, we kinda lying. She was supposed to meet with me earlier, but she never showed. She didn't show. Something happened? Oh, I'm sure it was just because of my old man's ridiculous request earlier. Honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. Still, he really has been acting off lately. I can't believe he'd say something like that. What did he say? Is something wrong? Oh, pardon me, it's nothing for you to worry about. By the way, Yuza, I hear you've become an AMA diver? Ah, yes, but I was told to stop, so I'm currently on extended, if not permanent, leave. Oh, don't let it get to you. I, for one, think you should go for it. I imagine everyone's been using your mother as an excuse, saying she brought bad luck to the island or some such. That's exactly it. Do you know why everyone keeps saying Yuza's mom was a bad omen, Shotaro? Ah, yes, what was it again? Something about her being the Raging Waves curse bearer. The what? Raging Waves? The Raging Waves curse bearer. Raging Waves is, well, exactly what you think it means, and the curse bearer has the power to call forth that calamity of the sea. My old man was going on about it earlier, but it's probably just superstitious nonsense. Don't pay it any mind. Ha! But I really should get going. Let me know if you see Sato, okay? See you later. Bye. I'm pretty curious about what Shotaro said. Sounds like Old Man Wakamura might have something to do with why Tsukasa and Sato were acting off earlier. And then there's what he said about your mom. Yeah, the Raging Waves curse bearer, huh? Did people really see my mom that way? Maybe we should ask Mr. Wakamura what he knows. It's worth a shot at least. Anyway, let's keep moving. Okay, so let's go to Tsuyu first. Let's see what she knows. Or what she's willing to tell us even. Welcome back, Yuza. Oh, and Azami's here too. Thanks for having me. You two went out diving today, didn't you? How'd it go? You get a decent haul? Gran, about that. I was all set to enjoy the next stage of my life as an AMA diver, but have found myself on forced leave the very day of my grand debut. Goodness, did something happen? Oh my. She and the others settled that? If I were you, I wouldn't pay them any mind. You're not breaking any rules, are you? You're sure it's okay? Oh, so she's all for us going to dive? No point fretting over pointless details is what I always say. Grandmother Tsuyumi Nakuchi. Housewife, 63 years old. Yuza Minakuchi's paternal grandmother and a former ama diver, born in the Taisho period. She has a relaxed and broad-minded nature, but her tendency not to concern herself with the finer details often makes those around her uneasy. Although now retired due to health issues, she was one of the best ama divers on Kameshima, especially in her younger days, during which she had a fierce rivalry with Chie Toyama, also known as Chie the Mermaid. Later years saw them reconcile, and they could often be seen talking and laughing together at the diver's hut while grilling their catches. She lost her husband in the war when her son, Tosuke Minakuchi, was 3 years old. Working as an ama diver. I must have underestimated just how deep tensions ran. I never imagined they'd still be that hostile towards her. I thought things would have calmed down by now for sure. I'm sorry, Yuza. It's okay, Gran. Not being allowed to dive isn't the end of the world or anything. But are you sure there isn't a reason no one wants to talk about Mom? Well, no reason I can think of. Sure. I'd like to get to the bottom of things there if possible. It's going to affect my life here if I don't, and I'd like to clear Mom's name too. If you don't mind me saying, it does seem pretty weird that people would be this upset just by Yuza coming back to Kameshima. You sure there's not some particular reason they don't like the thought of him going out diving? Well, no reason I can think of. The exact same answer as before. Yeah, she's determined to pretend she doesn't know. Gran, I know you've always been reluctant to talk about Mom, but I'm not a child anymore. Isn't it about time you told me the truth? About Mom? You really can't think of any reason why everyone has such a problem with Mom? Well, Alright, I'll be honest with you. Mare wasn't actually human. Oh, huh? You mean we were right? Are you for real? Wait, don't tell me you believe that. Can't you boys take a joke? Oh, god damn you, Gran. I was obviously kidding. Did all that seawater pickle your common sense? Maybe. Wait, you were joking? Of course I was. I thought I'd mess around a bit and see if I could get a rise out of you, but you sure turned the tables on me. Turning a prank around on me like that, I have nothing more to teach you, young Yuza. Oh, and here I fell for it hook, line and sinker. It's no good. She set on giving us the slip. We're not going to get anything more out of her like this. Maybe she'd be more willing to talk if we had more information. Okay, let's continue asking about the diving. So, how did your dive out in the bay go? The dive went perfectly. You may know me only as your grandson Yuza. But in truth, I am a living legend, Kameshima's patron saint of diving. Well now, that does sound impressive. Though I think living legend is a bit much. I'd rate you as a legend in training at best. Ugh, you could tell all that just with a single glance? I know a greenhorn when I see one. Come back when you've spent a bit more time in the sea, eh? Oh. But I've been forbidden from diving for now, so it seems my life as an ama diver will have to wait. No need to fret, I'm sure that'll sort itself out in time. I don't know about that. Your grandma's the same as ever, eh? So you should keep going until there's a check mark. Whatever the case, I'm happy you've chosen to follow in my footsteps, Yuza. Good thing I thought to keep Mare's outfit, eh? Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about being able to fit in my mom's clothes at this age. You never did get any taller after middle school, did you? Damn, as my constant diet of fresh seafood meant nothing. It's nothing you need to worry about, Yuza. Doesn't make you any less charming. Oh, now kiss. Okay, so keep going about Mom. You've heard me say this before, but Mare found it difficult to fit in here on the island. The environment she'd grown up in was quite different, you see. She struggled to adapt to life in a small community. No other reason I can think of for the beef the others had with her. Okay, so now's the check mark, so nothing more. Underwater gathering tips. Do you have any diving advice for me, Gran? Gran's tips? Advice, huh? Let me see. If you're looking to get a higher score in a single dive, you should focus on gathering everything you can, even the small fry. Getting 10 or 15 will earn you a bonus to your final score. 10 or 15? I'm not at that level yet. If you manage to nab a big catch, switching your focus to bringing in as many small catches as possible should net you a good result. Okay, I see. That'll be a great help. Okay, I get it. We will go diving in a second. Oh! Aim for a large haul. Gathering more than 10 sea creatures at once will earn you a large haul bonus. A total of 10 or more will give you 1.5 times your general score, and a total of 15 or more will net you 1.8. Even if you can't find any promising catches, focusing quantity over quality can still earn you a high score. Okay, sure. Oh, any more? You wouldn't happen to have any other diving tips for me, would you? Well now, bold as brass, aren't we? But I'm glad you're keen to learn. Let me see. Sometimes you come across areas when diving that are simply brimming with sea creatures. I call them bountiful zones. Bountiful zones, huh? I'd love to see one. On the other hand, areas with lots of starfish are usually picked clean with no sea creatures to speak of. I call those places barren zones. So the more starfish there are, the less sea creatures there'll be. Got it. Okay, I'll try to remember that. A whopper of a catch could still be hiding in a barren zone, of course. Always keep an eye on your surroundings. Okay. You might find some promising catches hiding in barren zones if you search closely enough. Maybe? Okay, how are you, Gran? Sorry I had to leave early today to go diving, Gran. Was everything okay? How are you feeling? Well, I didn't have much pep in my step today, but it's fine because Sato came over this morning. Oh. She really is a saint, always helping me out with the cooking and cleaning like that. Again? Gran, I know you're fond of her, but you shouldn't rely on her too much. I didn't know Sato was coming over to help out here. Yeah, she and Gran became friends recently, and before I knew it, she was coming over every so often. Sato's such a nice young lady. She even chats with me about all the latest TV drama developments. She's a bit naive in some ways, but she's a quick learner. Remembers everything I tell her almost instantly. Huh, I had no idea. I said she could relax here a while, but she left early today. I'm glad you're having fun, but make sure to thank her properly sometime, alright? Of course, of course. I'm always happy to help, you know, there's no need to depend on others so much. I know, but if someone has to help me get things done, I'd rather it was a lovely young girl, you know? Wait, I'm so surprised. And besides, she does a much better job at cooking and cleaning than you do, Yuza. Psh, offended. See, I do my best to be a good grandson, and this is the thanks I get. Replaced by a pretty girl. Okay, we're going out again for a bit, Gran. Got it. You two take care, okay? Okay. Oh, we still have Wakamura to talk to. We'll go diving as soon as we get back to this chart menu. Ah, Old Man Wakamura, you mind if we ask you something real quick? It's just one thing after another today. What now? Azami and the Minakuchi boy. I heard from Chia you two went out into the bay to do some diving earlier. Well, I've got a bone to pick with you, and there's no time like the present. Okay, don't beat us up. So, boy, you serious about wanting to become an AMA diver? Huh? Well, yeah. I thought at first you'd come up here to get my permission to dive. But now I hear you've been running around looking into Mare Minakuchi. What's the meaning of this? Well, it's his mom? We have been asking around? To be honest, we have been asking around. I guess there was no hiding it from you. Yuza, are you sure this is okay? It's probably best to be honest about things now, Azami. It's just like you said, we've been trying to find out more about my mom. I knew it. Anyway, my point is, no more sticking your nose where it don't belong, got it? And most of all, no becoming an AMA diver. Why? A local magnate, Shinobu Wakamura. Can't tell me what to do? Maybe. The single most influential person on Kamishima. Although born to an ordinary fishing family on the island, he entered his 20s during the post-war economic boom, and through tireless work and juggling multiple side jobs, he managed to amass a small fortune over the years. He went on to invest this fortune into the development of Kamishima, not only upgrading its fishing equipment, but also improving the island's infrastructure to entice businesses to set up shop on the island. Efforts that have earned him the appreciation of people all over the island. He currently holds many key positions on the island, including serving as head of the Kamishima Fisheries Cooperative Association. Whew. And it is said that his appointment as the next mayor of Kamishima is all but confirmed. Although admired for his many contributions to Kamishima's development, his personality leaves much to be desired. With many stories of him using force to get things to go his way, he is often high-handed in his dealings with others, fully aware that his position makes it difficult to oppose him. Having moved his main home and base of operations to the mainland many years prior, there are abundant rumors that he has since added loan sharking and land grabbing to the list of ways he's willing to add to his sizable fortune. It is said that he has recently become an ardent devotee of a certain famous sorcerer in Tokyo, and often relies on their guidance when making decisions. Huh. Okay. So, if I give up on becoming an ama diver and fall in line, will you tell me about my mom? All this sniffing around you're doing sure ain't falling in line, that's for sure. Besides, you should be asking Sui about all this business, not me. She's gotta know more than I do. Oh? So Tsuyu really does know more than she's letting on. I know, she tricked us, she pranked us. About Tsuyu. Gran said she doesn't know anything about my mom though. Huh, so she even said that to you. What do you mean? Well, I don't know that much myself. Tsuyu's always been tight-lipped about Mari Minakuchi, where she came from, what her deal was. So you've been saying Yuza's mom was to blame for that massive storm, even though you don't know for sure? Tsuyu said nothing to deny it. Speaks for itself, don't it? If you don't like what you're hearing, you should go ask Tsuyu about it yourself. Jeez. Ooh, about the Raging Waves Cursebearer. Mr. Wakamura, what is the Raging Waves Cursebearer? What? Where did you hear about that? It's gotta be Shotaro. Boy never could keep his mouth shut. We heard it's some sort of curse that whips the waves into a frenzy. Does something like that really exist? It does. The Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago was caused by that very same curse. The curse of the raging waves? And your mother, Mari Minakuchi, was the one who brought it down on us. Do you have any evidence? That storm was no natural disaster, it was entirely preventable. If we'd only stopped her from going to the bay that day, Kamishima wouldn't have had to suffer such a tragedy. What? My mom would never have done something like that. Yeah, and for what reason? Just cause you don't remember, don't mean she wasn't up to something out there. As to whether it was intentional or not, who can say? But it don't make a difference either way. I don't get how you can say Miss Mara was a curse bearer or whatever if you didn't know anything about her. Do you have any proof? Yes, proof? I've got the words of a trustworthy sorcerer backing me up. Oh my god, that's all the proof I need. A sorcerer? You're basing all this on what some woo-woo wizard said? Give me a break. Yeah, that is kind of ridiculous, honestly. You can believe what you like, don't change the fact that curses and spirits are as real as anything else. Bah, I don't have time to butt heads with you two, but I know what I'm saying is the honest truth. Looks like there's no point trying to change his mind. Old man's as stubborn as a mule. So you really think there's a storm coming, and that storm is caused by a curse? Of course I do. Some fellas who said they were with the police dropped by to warn me about it yesterday, in fact. Huh, the police? Why would the police be warning you about the curse? I reckon they were just phonies trying to take advantage of the curse for their own benefit. In the previous game, we found out that there is a division in like the police or amongst detectives in the police that is responsible for like keeping all these curses in check. So I'm wondering if it's the same people. I don't remember the names, but it would be amazing if they were characters here too. But even you two must have noticed that rumbling coming from the sea over the last few days, right? That's proof the curse of the raging waves is getting stronger. So that's why you've been telling everyone to stop taking their boats out and prepare for a storm? Sure is. Naturally, I can't just come out and say it's because of a curse. There's no telling when or where it'll rear its head. It's too dangerous to go on the water in these circumstances. Even so, we'll have to take our boats out again eventually. We can't keep off the sea forever. You're damn tootin'. Which is why I gotta find a way to stop the curse as soon as possible. Why would a curse be affecting the sea around here, though? Seems like you two still don't believe me. Fine, let's see if this will change your minds. Ooh. A long time back, there used to be another island to the south of here. Taishima, it was called. Taishima? This is the first I've heard of it. They say it was devastated by an earthquake and tsunami nearly 400 years ago. But the truth of the matter is that raiders overran the island and slaughtered every last one of the people who lived there. Jeez. The murdered islanders' resentments gave rise to the curse of the raging waves. And the resulting storm and tsunami sank the island to the bottom of the sea, raiders and all. Huh, is that true? That curse is still roiling about in the seas near here to this very day. Just one little push and that storm could come barreling down on Kamishima next. A push? Something that would awaken the islanders' anger again, such as someone with ties to those raiders, say a descendant of theirs, drawing near to where Taishima was. A descendant? Wait, you're saying my mom was a descendant of the raiders who attacked Taishima? Well, it's been 100 years ago. Sure am, and as her son, you share her blood. But how could that... Only natural, everyone would see you as a bad omen, no? I really didn't want you back on the island, you know? You should be grateful I didn't have you shipped back to the mainland on the next ferry. Psh. Freaking deported. You're telling me that's how everyone's seen Yuza and his folks all this time? It's kind of far-fetched. It's fine, Azami. Let's hear the rest of what he has to say. Curse of raging waves. A curse that causes an outbreak of turbulent waves and violent storms in the seas around Kamishima. It is said that the curse was born from the resentment of the former residents of Taishima, an island once located to the south of Kamishima after someone brought about its destruction. Some believe that several of the disasters that have struck Kamishima in the past were actually caused by this curse in some manner, including the Kamishima South Sea disaster that occurred 5 years ago. The person accused of bringing the curse to Kamishima was called the Raging Waves Cursebearer and was shunned by the island's inhabitants. Taishima. An island said to have previously been located to the south of Kamishima, as it has long since vanished, it is sometimes referred to as Taishima, or Lost Island. No official records remain, and it remains shrouded in mystery, with knowledge of it preserved only in tales passed down between residents of the Isishima area. Legends say the island was besieged by someone 400 years prior, and the curse of the murdered islanders caused the entire island to sink. About the Cursebearer. Are you saying the reason the curse of the raging waves reawakened is because I came back to Kamishima? Nah. There were signs even before you came back, so the direct cause was probably something else. What? That still don't change the fact you're a bad omen, though. How are you even planning to stop the curse? That ain't none of your concern. You just sit tight at home and stay out of my way. And I don't want to hear any more about you going out to sea. Are we clear? Not me with plans to dive literally after this conversation. And that's all I'm gonna say on the matter. Should be clear now just how much of a danger you are to the island. Now get yourselves home and stay put. Seems like that's all we're gonna get out of him. But maybe we could ask Tsui about what we just heard. She might be able to tell us more. Honestly, it just seems kind of far-fetched. That, oh, she was weird, so she was freaking descendant of some raiders from 400 years ago, or... I mean, it's possible, but, you know, for the whole island to be just so set on it and shunning her without really any evidence. Oh, was there something else you needed, Yuza? Yes, mom's curse. By the way, Gran, we just went to talk to Mr. Wakamura and there's something we wanted to ask you about. Was Mom cursed? What was that? My hearing's been a bit off recently, you see. Sure. Please don't say that. A lot of AMA divers have ear problems, so it's not really a laughing matter. Oh. Someone has no sense of humor. So... Did you know that everyone thought Mom was the Raging Waves curse bearer? Wow, I'm impressed you managed to say that without stuttering. So, you have heard of it before? Oh, drat, me and my big mouth. He said Mom was descended from the ones who first called forth the curse, or something like that. And that's why everyone is so concerned with what I get up to. Is it true though? Well, if you know that much, I suppose I can tell you the truth. If I just rest up a bit, I'll be up and around again in no time. I want the two of you to come to the southern bay later, once the sun's gone down. Okay, right. Thanks, Gran. You can't tell us about it now? I think it'd be easier to show you what I mean. Okay, we'll be at the bay at sundown, but if you're not feeling up to it, don't push yourself, okay? No need to rush now, I'll tell you everything later, okay? Let's end the conversation then. We're going out again for a bit. Got it. Okay, should we go here then? No, she said southern bay, right? Oh, looks like Kiko was back. Wanna try talking to her again? Yeah, let's give it a shot. What now? I've had my fill of shady rumors for the day, okay? If you wanna talk, let's talk about something fun instead. Something fun. Got any ideas, Yuza? Well, how about this? Oof. Underwater gathering tips. Do you have any tips that might help when diving? Hey now, that's basically asking me to give away company secrets for free. Oh, no, I didn't mean anything like that, just the basics would be helpful. The basics, huh? How about this then? Sometimes your foot can get caught in rocks while you're swimming, so you should always stay aware of your surroundings. Huh. So being too focused on your catch can get you into trouble. That makes sense. If you swim hard enough, you should be able to free yourself, so don't panic too much if it happens, okay? Thanks, I'll be careful. If I'm ever allowed to go diving again, that is. Okay. Curious. Beware of the dangers of the sea. Sea is a dangerous place, there's no way of telling what dangers lurk in its depths, so be careful to avoid suspicious looking places. If your foot gets stuck between rocks and you can't get out, keep swimming to free yourself. Okay. Thank you. Oh, there's more? That's all I've got for now. Okay. If you want more tips, try asking Sue. I did. Oh, yeah, the foreign visitors. Do you know anything? By the way, have you seen the 2 foreign tourists that we're supposed to be visiting today? Wait a sec. Foreign tourists? Here? Today? No way, what they look like? Do they have blonde hair? Were they cool? What? That's very specific. I'm not sure. We don't know that much about it. I guess that means you haven't seen them either, though. I think she's blushing a bit. Yeah, I guess they didn't come this way. Hey now, you two had better not be thinking of following them around to Gob. You don't want them to think we're all unsophisticated louts out here, do you? Weren't you just asking whether they were cool or not? I don't know what you're talking about. But if you see them, you'll come and tell me, right? Right? Okay, we will. Okay. Man, I sure hope I run into those foreigners before they leave. She's not even trying to hide what she really thinks anymore. Yeah. You know anything about the curse? Have you ever heard of the curse of the Raging Waves? Nope, never heard of it. What is it? Well, we went to talk to Mr. Wakamura just now. Should we be telling everyone about this, though? Wait, so you mean the disaster 5 years ago was caused by some curse, and that same curse is going to cause the same thing to happen again? So it seems. The hell's he on about? Trying to pass things off as some occult tribe. Yeah, it does sound weird. Don't tell me you to believe that rubbish. Well, it did seem pretty believable. Oh, please. He's obviously feeding you a load of nonsense. I don't know if you two are aware, but there are rumors the old man's been really into this shady sorcerer recently. A sorcerer. Yeah, we need to find out who that is. Yeah, some sort of miracle worker over in Tokyo or something. Apparently he'll do anything, they say. That's probably why he's going on about curses and stuff. Shotaro did say he's been behaving oddly recently. Even Shotaro thinks so. Then that's got to be it. So it's just a hoax. Not necessarily. I mean, in the previous game there were 7 curses. You shouldn't pay any mind to that hogwash, so curses are real in here. Besides, doesn't it bother you that he's trying to pin the disaster on some sort of crazy curse? They don't have much proof though, at least so far that they've told us, so... Did you go diving today as well, Kikuko? Oh, you mean that whole thing about how we're supposed to stay out of the sea? No one I know is paying attention to that. I took a boat out into the bay from the northern shore, but didn't end up with much to show for it. Okay. The North Sea, huh? Did anyone go with you? No, I went by myself. Why do you ask? No particular reason, just taking notes for later. I see. You're really serious about becoming an AMA diver, huh? It'd be a real shame if you couldn't become one with that enthusiasm. I'd like to help, but the timing's really not the best right now. It's okay. Any information you can give me is help enough. Sorry. I'll help out when things have died down, okay? Does that mean that the northern shore doesn't have that many things to find? By the way, Yuza, how much practice did you manage to get in today? Enough to not be a complete beginner anymore, I think. Yeah, but we should go more. Should go dive more. Right on, you definitely have potential, that much is for sure. Wow, it's pretty impressive you can tell all that just by looking at him. Hey, I thought of a way I can show my support. If you manage to get a high score of 2000 points in one diving session, I'll give you a special prize. 2000? Whoa, isn't that great, Yuza? What was your high score today again? 100? 101. Oof, I'm afraid you weren't quite up to snuff. Too bad. To go from 100 to 2000? I've brought shame to my name as the patron saint of diving. Okay, we gotta dive more and get a reward. Once you become a proper AMA diver, I'll tell you all the good diving spots I know. About those boxes we helped you with just now, was that the delivery everyone was expecting? Yep, the latest Kamishima merch, hot off the presses. I thought so. What do we have this time? Hehehe, you wanna know? I'll bet Azami's keen to find out. He's always wearing that t-shirt. Sure am. Gotta show the world how much I love Kamishima. I mean, it is a cool design. Tourists seem to love that shirt too. You wearing it all the time should make for great advertising. Anyway, the latest addition to our souvenir lineup is... this. What is that? A hand mirror? Bingo! A specially made hand mirror with a Kameshimari design on the back. Kinda cute. So, what do you think? It looks great! Why did you go with another hand mirror though? Well... mirrors are a pretty prominent symbol of protection for sailors. Comes from the hope that the sea will be as smooth as glass, I guess. There are even regions where mirrors are used as offerings to the sea god. Oh, that's cool. With all these people living on the island and surrounded by the sea, I can see why mirrors are seen as symbols of good fortune here. And it's small enough to fit in your pocket too. It's both cute and practical. Wow, you really thought of everything, huh? I mean, if it fits in a pocket of women's jeans, then that's pretty good. I've actually been handing these out to AMA divers around the island since yesterday. I told them it was a charm and that they should hang on to it for good luck. Oh, so everyone has one. That's kind of nice. Another way to bring us all together. You're an AMA diver now too, right, Yuza? Why don't you take one? Oh, but I... Oh, right. I don't know if it's okay to count you as a diver, given what happened earlier. Yes, we are a diver. Like it really matters. We've got plenty, so you should take one too. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Sorry for the trouble. Hand mirror acquired. Okay. It's no big deal. I don't want you to feel left out or anything. I guess that means Asami's getting one as well. Here you go. Wow, really? I'm always down for more Kameshimaru merch. Sure thing. Keep it safe and sound in your pocket, and maybe it'll keep you safe too. Okay, cool. Everyone else was really happy to get theirs too. Even your grandma seemed to like it, Yuza. Said she'd be sure to use it from now on. Really? I'm glad to hear it. Okay. Oh, Kameshimaru. Oh, yeah, there's something I've been wondering for a while. Yeah? Were you the one who came up with the idea for Kameshimaru, Kikuko? Nope, I can't take credit for that one. Oh right, I forgot you didn't know Yuza. Know what? At one point, the local youth organization was trying to come up with souvenir ideas for tourists. Tsukasa stepped up and suggested creating a mascot character for Kameshima. She even drew the design for it. Mascot characters are all the rage nowadays, you know? There are even mascots for the World Expo and the Japan Games. Oh, I see. So Tsukasa drew this? I only heard about it after the fact too. I didn't know she was so good at drawing. I mean, it is a cute design. And it's not just a cute little turtle. The unique look on its face makes a big impression. Yeah, the older guys here didn't seem too sure about it at first though. But thanks to Azami's fervent endorsement, it ended up making the cut. I just didn't want Tsukasa's design to go to waste, you know. She put a lot of effort into it. I think it's a great mascot too, for what it's worth. How interesting, I'm glad I asked. He's so suspicious. A mascot character created especially for Kameshima as part of the local youth organization's efforts to boost the island's economy and strengthen the community. The design selected for the project was envisioned by Tsukasa Awao, a local high school student. Cute. As a symbol of Kameshima, it can be seen on a wide variety of merchandise sold in shops on the island, including keychains, flags, and hand towels. A surprising number of tourists have found themselves charmed by the turtle character's peculiar, sleepy expression. Enough so that merchandise is often in short supply. Okay, we have more. There's a bunch of Kameshimaru merch now. Keychains, notepads, you name it. If you want any, just let me know. Oh yes, I want a shirt. Okay. Have you heard about the two AMA divers from the mainland who went missing? Of course I have. They evidently disappeared one right after the other. I guess it's a reminder of just how dangerous the sea can be. Hearing news like this is always pretty sobering. Do you think they were just accidents? Well, some of the other divers think it's a sign that something bad's going to happen. But you should probably keep quiet about this, Yuza. If you start bringing it up, people will get suspicious. That's probably true, yeah. Personally though, I think they're probably just unfortunate accidents. I hope they're both found safe and sound. Okay, bye. Oh, was that all? I'll be getting back to work then. Should we try talking to Tsuyu again? Was there something else you needed, Yuza? No, there's nothing more. Okay. Because sometimes as you talk more with people or you find new stuff, new dialogue options open up. So I like to go back to recheck. Guess no one's here right now. Yeah, let's try somewhere else. Gimme. Oh, Chia. Oh, you two again? Still wandering around, poking your noses into business you shouldn't be? Ugh, bitch. How's about you stop messing around and just give up already? Nothing you do is gonna make me change my mind. I'm saying this for your sake as much as anyone else's, Minakuchi boy. Try to understand my position, eh? For my sake? You managed to survive that disaster 5 years ago. Some would call it a miracle even. It wouldn't do to see that miracle go to waste, would it? Maybe I flew off the handle a bit earlier, ended up coming off a bit stronger than I meant to. Yeah. I can't tell you anything about your mother, but believe me when I say it's best you let sleeping dogs lie. Oh! Is this about how Yuza's mom caused that curse? The curse of the raging waves or whatever? So you already know. Heard it all from Shinobu, I'll wager. Do you believe in the curse, Mrs. Chi? Of course I do. At the very least, I know it's not some old wives' tale. I'm not saying you have to believe it too, though. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to talk bad about the woman or anything, but there was obviously something up with Marmina Kuchi 5 years back. She always seemed anxious and on edge, and then the disaster struck. Might be I'm just reading too much into it, but I can't shake these doubts of mine either. I'm very often anxious and on edge. That does not mean I am cursed. Does it? Underwater gathering tips. Oh wait, yeah, she doesn't want us to dive. I said it before and I'll say it again. No diving. My stance there hasn't changed a bit, you hear me? Damn, guess that's that. By the by, where'd you go diving today? Well... Yuza wanted a particular spot, so we went about 5 kilometers south of the island. Say what? What were you thinking, diving in the southern sea of all places? You've got even less sense than I thought. You know full well that everyone avoids that area because of the disaster 5 years ago. Ah, so that was already the spot. Yeah, I know. But Azami and I both lost family in disaster too. We wanted to take the chance to pay our respects. Yeah, especially if it's like exactly an anniversary of the disaster. It's not that weird to go and, you know, just like say goodbye or whatever. Well, I can't say I don't get how you feel. But that strange rumbling I told you about is coming from the south. Just do me a favor and stay away from the sea, alright? Alright. But do you have any tips though? Ain't gonna get nothing from me there. Psh, okay. Oh, I almost forgot to ask, have the 2 foreign tourists come by here at all? Sure did, so I'm just now actually. Oh, what? Do you know where they went? Looked like they were headed to the lighthouse from what I could tell. The lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Nice. New location? Kameshima Lighthouse. A lighthouse on the eastern side of Kameshima. The narrow passage between Cape Irago and Kameshima has long been known to be difficult to navigate, particularly at night. So much so that it has been featured alongside the whirlpools of Awa and the Ondo no Seto trait in sailor songs about the most feared waterways. Following its construction in the Meiji era, spurred by reports of warships striking reefs in the area, the lighthouse has continued to stand watch over the waters of the island, ensuring safe passage to all who travel them. Don't go following them around just because we don't see many foreign folks around these parts, you hear? Chie, we heard that 2 Ama divers from the mainland went missing in some sort of accident. You heard right. Do you think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm well aware just how dangerous the sea can be, but 2 divers getting caught up in accidents and going missing one after another. That tells me there's something off with the sea itself. We all done here? You two should leave dealing with island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your heads down and stay out of trouble, you hear? Oh, fine. Yeah. Well, that was something. She isn't a bad person at heart, but she sure is stubborn. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have the lighthouse unlocked now. Nice. Oh, looks like we found them. It looks like them, alright. Excuse me. Hello. You rang. Do my eyes deceive me? Could these young islanders have come all the way here to talk to us? Welcome, welcome to Kameshima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourselves at home. Wait, you're the foreign visitors. We live here on this island. Thanks for having us? Yeah. Why is he the one welcoming us? It's because most people here have been avoiding him. He's excited someone finally wants to talk. Oh. Anyway, we were wondering if you could spare a moment to talk? Wait, before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. It's probably safe to assume you know we've been making the rounds here asking questions. Indeed, it was most likely hearing such news that incited you to climb all the way up here to meet us, which means... I've got it. We've almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island, committed some manner of ill-mannered faux pas. You must have come to tell us that the lighthouse is off-limits to everyone except authorized personnel. Actually, no. What the hell was that? Ah, the bitter taste of failure. And thus does my stint as aspiring detective end in ignominy. Jesus, what are these words, man? I'd say that the whole show was kind of a social faux pas at least. Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time. I see, he must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, do you mind if I continue? Oh, asking my permission, are we? Well then, by all means, permission granted. Thank you, Ah, yes, my name is Arnav Barnum. You can call me Avi as a sign of our newfound friendship. And also because I like it better. Okay, tourist. Okay then, Avi. Ah, such a pleasing ring to it. What can I do for you, young man? Would this girl be your daughter? Not quite. Miss Circe? Cirque? Lunar Light, here is a distant relative of mine. Yes, Miss... would be me. Nice to meet you. How the hell do you pronounce that name? I guess Circe is good enough. I'm Yusa Minakuchi, a resident of Kamishima, and this is... Azami Kumoi. Nice to meet you. Yusa and Azami, eh? The pleasure's mine. Wait, Minakuchi? Yeah, they were asking about Yusa's mom, right? Oh, so we've piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fantasy writer by trade, with a reach spanning the Atlantic, from bonny England to vast America. Not that any of his books sell at all. That's right, for some reason, no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, a fantasy writer has no need for mysteries. What's that? I earn more as an occult writer, so that might as well be my main job now. Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. I see. I'm sorry. In any case, I'm just your average free spirit. Footloose, fancy-free, and all that. What's that? You're wondering if my bohemian nature is the reason I remain unattached and unwed? Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. You seem to be enjoying yourself. I am indeed. Why not give it a try yourself? 1, 2, 3. Humbug, I say. I'm good, actually. Thanks. Impressive as it is, I concede doing this pose 3 times might have been a bit much, yes. Okay, I love him. This guy sure is hard to keep up with. At any rate, I recently found myself with a pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Circe here just happened to be studying Japan and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide. Your guide? Indeed, she's quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomena, and such a pleasure to converse with as well. Iseshima is a deeply spiritual region full of sacred places I'd always wanted to visit. Oh! We traveled around the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. Pastry collection. Arnav Barnum. It will unlock once all conditions are met. Okay. In fact, I think it did a bit. You must have been really excited, huh? Is this really that special compared to other places? Of course. It wasn't called the land whither repaired the waves from the eternal world for nothing, you know? The land whither what? What's this? You've never heard it called that? It's said that Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 2000 years ago. She received a divine revelation that the waves around Ise province came from the eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. This eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live. Some describe it as a perpetual paradise. Whoa, you're gonna have to slow down there a bit, so what does that mean exactly? We learned about it in our local history classes, remember? Oh, yeah, I think I remember, sorta. Basically, it's such a sacred place, even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right? Exactly, it has such an enchanting vibe, just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long. Jeez, calm down. But the residents wouldn't be feeling too hot if our noses kept bleeding all the time. One thing's for sure though, you seem to really like Isushima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear that. Nice. Oh, author, occult journalist. Nickname, Avi. A fantasy author and occult journalist whose books are published in both America and England. But they apparently don't sell well. Unmarried, he has apparently come to Japan in search of mermaids. Oh, she's 15. Okay. A young girl from England, currently on exchange in Japan. She seems to harbor an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. Okay, coolio. Will you be staying on Kameshima tonight? If you need somewhere to stay, I know a few places. Ah, we've actually already booked a guest house back on the mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this. Ah, okay. Oh, I guess you don't have much time left then, huh? So, what brings you to Kameshima today? I'm glad you asked, young Yuza. We were hoping to pick your brains on the topic as well. There wouldn't happen to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down on this island, would there? So you really are looking for mermaids? Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer, of course, to the mythical half-human, half-fish creature. Sure, we know that much, at least. Ah, then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject. Additional information? Well, you may be aware that the typical Western mermaid is envisioned as having the lower half of a fish and the top half of a human woman. It's thought that this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, sirens of Greek mythology. Their claim to fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed, it caused this image to enter common knowledge. Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? Ah, but the mermaid that appears in ancient Japanese folklore is quite different. Yeah, we saw it's a bit... It's not as pretty. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears it was seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai in nature. The legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen as more fish than human. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. People would definitely think twice about eating something that looked human, huh? This isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretations of mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there are several different types of creature that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there were also reports of more humanoid or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different types of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, they're two different creatures that just happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. It leads to misunderstandings when conflicting stories get passed down, and then the whole concept gets treated as occult malarkey. I think I see what you mean. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe mermaids really exist, Avi. But of course I do. After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids. Bum bum bum! This is all very compelling. Isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter. Bum bum bum! And that brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info on mermaids, would you? Unfortunately, I have never heard of any folklore about mermaids here. I see. That would align with the answers we've received to our other inquiries thus far. And it would seem our investigation has branded us as certified weirdos. Most everyone now turns us a blind eye as well as a deaf ear. Well, it's probably not just because of that. I mean, isn't there supposed to be a huge occult craze going on in Japan right now? I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids. Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very vocal minority, eh? Occult craze, spiritual phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilizations, extrasensory perception, the list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness. Sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon, the urban legends of the Kuchisake Onna and Hanako-san, television reports of spoon-bending psychics, documentaries featuring spirit photography, and UFOs that become the talk of the school the next day. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public's interest. Magazines specializing in paranormal phenomena continue to thrive, with no end to the craze inside. I mean, it's always interesting to at least read about this, even if you don't believe in it. If you're that interested in the cult, what brought you all the way to Kamishima? Do you have a reason to believe mermaids could be found here? An excellent question. I do indeed. More precisely, I had a reason to believe they could be found around Taishima, an island that no longer exists. Taishima! Indeed, I obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say there were 3 mermaids, Sobae, Nagame, and Hayase, living in the seas around Taishima 400 or so years ago. Huh. 3 of them? And you even know their names? We didn't even know Taishima existed until today. It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Taishima's existence, which would obviously lead one to believe something is being concealed. On that note, did you know that records remain of several other sightings of mermaids in Ise Bay? What? Really? That's right. Legends about mermaids exist throughout Japan, and this region is no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Sioux City and Ise City, both of which border Ise Bay. Whoa, I had no idea. I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested. Of course. Ise Bay mermaid legends. The mermaids of Betsuho. According to the Kokon Chomonju, a collection of notable tales all anew, an anthology of spoken stories compiled in the 13th century, 3 mermaids were discovered caught in a fisherman's net in Betsuho in Ise province, modern-day Nakabepo, Kawage town in Sioux City. Mermaid of Futamigaura. There are a total of 6 mermaid sightings mentioned in the Kagenki, the ancient annals of Horyuji Temple covering the latter half of the Kamakura period to the Nanbokucho period. One of these entries describes a mermaid sighting in Futami, Ise province, modern-day Futami town in Ise city, in the 2nd year of the Enbun era, 1357. The mermaid was subsequently named Enmeiju, a name composed of characters affiliated with long life. Ano town's Yao Bikuni. Although the exact time period is unclear, legends tell of a girl named Osato from Kusawa in Ano town of Age district, who became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid and went on to become Yao Bikuni, a nun who lived for 800 years. Damn. The 3 mermaids of Taishima. While this information is not recorded in any literature, according to Avi's research, 3 mermaids, Sobae, Nagame, and Hayase, purportedly lived on Taishima, an island said to have sunk about 400 years ago. Huh. Okay. Thanks, this is all very interesting. Any more knowledge? So, which type of mermaid are you looking for, Avi? Well, it seems a lot of the mermaid sightings around Ise Bay were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids? So what, just a human head? But the mermaids sighted around Taishima were apparently the human mermaid sort. So it stands to reason that any mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. The word mermaid was said so often that it lost its meaning now to me. By human mermaids, you mean the sort that are closer to humans than fish, right? Indeed, the ones closer to fish, meanwhile, are known as fish mermaids, or that's what I call them anyway. I see. Easy. I don't know whether that makes it easier to understand or more complicated. In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have to be fish mermaids then, right? Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. But I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality on people. Oh, I wonder. How about another refresher on myth and legend? Are either of you familiar with a place called Ryugu? Ryugu? Is it related to the Ryugu palace that appears in the tale of Urashima Taro? Just so! It could well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace in that familiar fairy tale. Whoa, I was right! Tale of Urashima Taro. Yoshitoshi Tsukioka, Urashima Taro returning home from the palace of the Dragon King excerpt. Long, long ago, a youth by the name of Urashima Taro lived in a village by the sea. One day, upon rescuing a sea turtle that was being bullied on the beach, Taro was amazed when the turtle thanked him by inviting him to Ryugu Palace, the legendary undersea palace of the Dragon King, as a token of gratitude for his kindness. Ryugu Palace was a wondrous place, with a beauty unlike anything found on the surface world. The princess of Ryugu Palace, Otohime, received him with great hospitality. Taro spent his days treated to elegant dances performed by sea breams and flounders, and satisfied by extravagant feasts, spending his days as if in a dream. After spending some time enjoying this luxurious lifestyle, Taro began to miss his village. He asked Otohime for permission to return home, and although sad to see him go, the princess granted his request. As a parting gift, she handed him a mysterious box, a tama tobacco, but warned him never to open it. Thinking this strange, but agreeing to Otohime's request nonetheless, Taro accepted the tama tobacco and set out back towards his village on Turtlebug. Upon reaching his village, Taro realized everything was different. The house he had lived in was gone, and there was no sign of his parents or anyone he had known. What he had believed to be just a short sojourn in Ryugu Palace had in fact been several hundred years on the surface, and the village and people he had once known were no more. Overcome with despair, Taro turned to the tama tobacco he had been gifted in a final grasp at hope. As he opened the box, a thick white smoke engulfed him, and in that instant, the hundreds of years that had passed caught up with him, turning him into an old man. Huh. That's cool. That's a cool tale. The Ryu, dragon, surely refers to the god of the sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with water to be serpentine in nature. This would then make Ryugu the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King. Huh. I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else. Ryugu is known for being home to the priestesses who attend the god of the sea. These women are collectively referred to as Otohime. Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale, so she was actually a priestess? A slight embellishment to make for a more interesting story, I assume. Hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu. It's said that they were half fish, half human women in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh! But what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good, but where is this Ryugu Palace place anyway? You wanna know? You're dying to know, aren't you? Very well then. Take it away, Circe. Ah, right. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the eternal world I mentioned earlier. Whoa, really? In other words, the sea around Ise, which is said to consist of waves from the eternal world, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to the Otohime mermaids, right? That's right. What's more, as priestesses who live in a land said to be an eternal paradise, it wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Urashima Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the tama tobacco. Ah. If the story has its basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans, that power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think? I see. So that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality even without eating their flesh. Oh ho ho, you see. Intriguing, is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? Ha! What creature was responsible for bringing Urashima Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle, or Kame. And what is the name of the island we're currently standing upon? Oh, Kameshima. And there you have the reason for our visit. So you believe there might be some clue as to how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kameshima. Could Kameshima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? Tales of Ryugu, the abode of the god of the sea, exist in every area of Japan. Posited by some fears to be the eternal world of legend, it is said to be a perpetual paradise connected to this world via the seabed that bestows everlasting youth and a natural longevity to those who live there. Some tales also equate Ryugu with the underworld, the place where the dead journey after death. The tale of Urashima Taro, about a youth who was invited to the seafloor palace of Ryugu as thanks for rescuing a turtle, led to Ryugu's name becoming widely known throughout the country. In the story, a princess called Otohime serves as ruler of Ryugu Palace, but Otohime originally referred to priestesses serving the god of the sea who presided over Ryugu. By the way, Yuza, yes? You said your name was Yuza Minakuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mare Minakuchi? Huh? Mare Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. I apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago? You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? What is that a question? No, but what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Could she have had some sort of connection to mermaids? Well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please tell me. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well, now, you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit, Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests some connection between mermaids and Mare Minakuchi. A rumor? From where? Huh, you won't know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well, I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Taishima home. What? So someone survived the disaster that sank Taishima and their descendants are still around today? That's crazy. Long story short, yes. Isn't it fascinating? This particular individual was also the one who told me about the 3 mermaids who were said to have lived on Taishima. I see. By the by, if you're also seeking mermaids, you must have some information of your own, yes? Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds your good conscience. Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. Yuza? Yeah, this is our best lead yet. Let's share what information we can. You see... So you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. Well, that's just a theory. And you believe the mermaid in question might have been your mother. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty far-fetched. And I know some of it probably comes from me wanting her to still be alive. Oh no, on the contrary, I find it very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taishima. They say she took on human form several decades ago and has lived among humans ever since. Huh, what? No way. That would fit perfectly with our theory. Yeah. Color me surprised as well. This is my surprised face, by the way. But it would be very interesting if that was the case. Cersei, you okay? Sorry, Avi, I think I'm at my limit. Oh my, that bad is it? What, is she sick? Is something wrong? My apologies. As much as I wish we could talk more, it would appear we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for today. Now that you mention it, if you're looking to make the last ferry, you'll probably want to be heading back soon. Wait, this is the most promising lead we've found. If you could stay just a bit longer. Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too, but the little lady's been feeling a bit under the weather ever since arriving here, you see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not going to get another nosebleed. If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay for the night after all. Thank you. I'm just about holding the nosebleed in. But I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Ever since arriving here, I've had this feeling that some terrible calamity is approaching. Ominous? A calamity? You can't mean... I forgot to mention, young Cersei here is a bit sensitive to things in that sphere, if you catch my drift. Oh, okay, but... As reluctant as I am to part ways, we really must go. Many thanks for the information you shared. And never fear, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yuza? Ugh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Avi? You rang? Stop saying that. If you happen to find any more leads on mermaids today, could you let me know as soon as possible? Please? Oh, I didn't expect you to be all that interested. Very well. If I hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. If you could give me your contact information, perhaps? Thank you. Okay. Man, that sure was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info for us. We managed to learn a lot, but it seems like getting any more from them today will be a bit tough. I really need that information by tomorrow, though. Okay. Where should we go now? Looks like the sun's starting to set. Why don't we go over what we've learned so far? Yeah, good idea. First, we learned that my mom was considered cursed by some of the islanders. Yeah, they said she was descended from the person who originally called forth the curse of the raging waves, or something like that. And because he thinks the curse is about to break out again, Mr. Wakamura is currently trying to find a way to stop it. Not everyone on the island believes in it, though. Kikuko and Shotaro didn't seem to believe in it at all, yeah. We also managed to speak with those two foreigners who were looking for mermaids. They sure were full of surprises. And there's also that rumor about mermaids living near Taishima, a nearby island that was destroyed, and that one of them assumed human form. I never thought we'd find something to support the idea that my mom might have been a mermaid. Whatever else we may have learned from this. The mermaid that I encountered 5 years ago may very well have been one of those three living near Taishima. We also got some hints about where those mermaids might have come from. Yeah, there's a good chance they originally came from an otherworldly place called Ryugu. If we're in a place like that, I don't see how we could ever get to them, though. What that girl said about the calamity approaching is bothering me a bit, too. There's no way she should know about the curse of the raging waves, right? Do you think that means the curse is real after all? Oh, Azami, I just realized something. Yeah? If the curse of the raging waves is in danger of breaking out again, then wouldn't that mean its curse bearer is still around today? Oh. Oh damn, you're right. But your mom is, well, not with us anymore. Mr. Wakamura seems to think I wasn't the direct cause of the curse reappearing too. Yeah, he'd probably be coming down on you even harder if he thought you were. So the person responsible would be someone who wasn't here 5 years ago, but is here now. Well, assuming the curse is real anyway. Yeah. Still, I really do wonder if my mom had some sort of link with mermaids. I hope whatever Gran has to tell us sheds some light on things. You mean what she's planning to tell us at the bay tonight, yeah? What's wrong? There's a bunch of noise coming from Chuo Street. I think I heard screaming. Let's go. Uh-oh. Why? Why? Sato isn't here. What happened? What's wrong? Tsukasa, what's going on? I don't... We were just... But then Sato just... Yuza, look over there. What? What the hell happened? Sato, there's blood everywhere. What happened? She's not moving. Don't tell me she's dead. Will she be sitting upright then, if she's dead? Sato just... Suddenly, we were just... But then she got cut down. What? Whatever it was, we gotta get her to the clinic. Wait, what's happening? Her wound is... Wait, it disappeared? The wound is gone? Ah, Sato. Sato? Are you okay? Anatanzia Osato? Fuck, where was it? No, it was... Oh, Isabelle Mermaid Legends. Let's take a look at this one again. Anno Town Xiao Bikuni. Although the exact time period is unclear, of a girl named Osato from Kusawa, who became immortal after eating the flesh. But then, from here, it sounds like she died. After those 800 years. So could it really be Sato? Curious. But also that was so cool. Oh man. Oh yeah, we don't have this unlocked yet. I'm so shook. Sato Shiranami was mysteriously cut down, yet moments later she resurrected before her friends' very eyes. As confusion engulfs the island, Yuza and Asami head out to meet Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyumi Nakuchi, and they appoint at the appointed time and place. Yeah, but like, why cut down? What the hell happened? Several hours later. We're also just moving on, okay? Sorry to keep you waiting, Yuza. It's nearly time to meet up with Tsuyu, yeah? Let's head that way. Right. The whole island was in an uproar after that. We didn't even get to ask Sato what happened. Yeah, apparently she shut herself up in her room at the Wakamuras and hasn't come out since. Huh. What the hell was that though? Yeah. And how'd she even get hurt like that in the first place? Some of the islanders were kicking up a real fuss saying that Sato isn't human, that she's something evil that should be chased off the island. Wait, where... when did she come to the island? 3 months ago. So she wasn't here 5 years ago, during the disaster, but she's here now, what they were saying, so maybe she's the curse bearer. Or something. Because they were saying something who wasn't there 5 years ago, but is here now. So that would fit with Sato. Everyone settled down after Mr. Wakamura stepped in and promised to handle it. Everyone on the island's probably heard about it by now though. It'll be all anyone can talk about for a while yet. Yeah. Did you go back home afterwards, Yuza? No, I stayed out to do some digging. Gran wasn't at home anyway. She hasn't recovered enough to be able to move around that much though, so I'm pretty worried. Yeah. You think our promise to meet with her at the bay is still on? Let's go and see. Oh. Granny? Oh good, she's here. Is she okay? Gran, is your leg okay? Gran, it's me. Are we starting with the creepy stuff? Oh, you two came after all. The waves were so loud I couldn't hear you for a second. What are you doing over there, Gran? This is where it's hidden. Hidden? What is? What matter? Your mother left us. My mom? Yes. So, Yuza, have you heard of an island called Taishima? Taishima? What the hell was that? Huh? Gran? Gran? Tsuyu, what's wrong? She's hurt bad. We have to stop the bleeding. Kikuko now is screaming. Ah, she's here. What are you two doing over there? Kikuko, this isn't what... She just suddenly... Is that... Tsuyu? No, you couldn't have. God damn it, we didn't do anything. But also, what happened? Shit, she's totally got the wrong idea. Would she really think the freaking young boys would do it? It's too late. Gran, she's got no pulse. What? The wound's too deep. It almost cut her clean in half. She never stood a chance. But also, what flashed on the screen? I'll need to check while editing. I'll go get someone. You stay here with Tsuyu, Yuza. No, it's alright. I'll come with you. No, don't leave. The body will be gone, Bragg. I'm calling it. The body will be gone. Help! Someone get the cleaning doctor. This is old lady Nakamura. Why is everyone dying? What the hell is happening? I hear screaming from down there too. Come on, let's go. Chie too? That's unexpected. Is it all like some senior AMA divers being cut down? No way, even Chie? Yeah, that is a surprise. I thought she'd be a present character for a lot longer. Someone help! 2 more people collapsed over there. What's happening? Help me, I don't want to die. Damn it, there are too many victims. We aren't going to have enough people to help at this rate. Is it just women? There are more over here too. Is this? What the hell is happening? Is that Kikuko? It got her too? Someone tell me what's going on. What's with these gashes appearing out of nowhere? It is targeting the AMA divers. This isn't right. There's no way this is normal. Is it a virus? A virus is being cut down? Bro, come on. Or was there really a curse? Those affected by the phenomenon died instantly. Well, other than Sato, apparently. The strange calamity that had suddenly descended on Kamishima plunged the island into a panic. With no knowledge of the cause or reason, there was nothing that could be done to prevent it, and the massacre continued unabated for a time. The survivors were seized with fear. Some ran to escape, some simply broke down, some flew into a wild rage. A frenzied chaos swept over the island. A short while later. At least we were able to meet up with Tsukasa. But what the hell's going on? The whole island's in an uproar. Everyone's so panicked we couldn't find anyone who could talk straight. Well, no fucking wonder if everyone is being cut down left and right. Who could blame them, yeah? No one knows who'll be affected next. It's probably best to hide here until things settle down. You okay, Tsukasa? No. I have no idea whether my mom's safe or not. And I wasn't able to find Sato either. I'm so worried about her. Old man Wakamura said he'd handle things, so I hope she managed to make it back home at least. But Tsukasa also dives, right? Apprentice AMA diver, yeah. Because I thought at first, because they were just showing women, I thought it's the AMA divers specifically. Because like not everyone on the island is an AMA diver. Huh. Then why would she be fine? And Sato is also not a what is happening? Hey, do you think Sato's wound healing up like that has anything to do with what just happened? We've held off prying into Sato's past up to now. But maybe that won't fly anymore. Yeah, especially if he just freaking appeared out of nowhere. Just a few months ago. Come to think, didn't this whole curse of the raging waves mess start when Sato came to Kamishima? Don't say that. This isn't Sato's fault. She's just a normal girl. Well, no. We know she's not a normal girl. She got freaking cut and then she was fine. I won't let anyone say anything bad about her. Not even you, Azami. Sorry, Tsukasa. I didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't thinking straight. I mean, I never thought something like this was really possible either. Huh? Something like what? Do you have some idea what could have caused this? Well, a little while ago, when we were at Old Man Wakamura's place, some guy phoned and threatened to kill all the women on Kamishima with a curse. Another curse? Who was it? What did they want? What the hell? I don't really know. He said something about no mercy, just punishment for anyone who defies him. It was really creepy. What? What the hell? All those people had to die just because some guy didn't get what he wanted? Old Man Wakamura said he'd do something to stop the Raging Waves curse, but things just got worse instead. Azami, calm down. It's no use getting mad at me. You're right, sorry Tsukasa, I guess I got a bit heated. Even so, that means those gashes were deliberately caused by someone using a curse, right? So they're the one responsible for all this. Right, even if the massacre was caused by something supernatural, someone made it happen. About that, something's been bugging me about this whole thing. What do you mean? It didn't seem like the victims were being targeted at random somehow. They were all women, for a start, so I was trying to think of some kind of common point that would tie them together. That's our Tsukasa, sharp as ever. So, what were you thinking? Divers. Could they have been targeted because they were ama divers? Yes. Now that you mention it, weren't all the victims we saw on the way here ama divers? Though I guess most of the women on Kamishima have at least some ama diving experience, but Tsukasa is still fine. But they went after Sato first, right? That wouldn't fit, yeah. Oh, you're right, Sato isn't an ama diver. She's apparently a freaking mermaid. I was pretty worried Yuza and I might be targeted as well, but I guess we can breathe a bit easier now. I mean, Yuza is a man, so... We still don't know what the conditions are though, none of us are out of the woods yet. Yeah, I would be worried that Tsukasa will be cut like any second now. Wait, the victims were only women? Could the killer have been using this to find their targets? But that would mean the culprit is... Huh? What's up, Yuza? You figured something out? Huh? Don't tell me they cut off his fucking head. What? Yuza, your head, it's... Or is it a fish? Well done in your efforts thus far. I regret to say that it seems the mysterious attack that befell Kamishima has resulted in Yuza Minakuchi quite literally losing his head. There's nothing more we can do here, so let us bring this chapter to a close. For now, we will return to the story chart, where you may proceed with a different route. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Okay, so now we can continue. But I'm wondering, because before Yuza died, I guess, he was like, victims were only women, could the killer have been using this to find their targets? And then this image flashed again, which I will have to see while editing, but I can show you here. Now I'm thinking, killer have been using this to find their targets, and for example, what was her freaking name? Kikuko. I mean, I know she's also died, but she had these mirrors, these pocket mirrors that she was giving out to ama divers, and Yuza also got one. So is that what he's talking about here? Could the killer have been using this, meaning the pocket mirrors, to find their targets? But that would mean the culprit is... Man, I don't know, but I apologize for saying earlier that this one seems to have a slower start. It had a slower start, but man, did so much shit go wrong so fast. Like at once. Damn, really curious, but I don't know if I should start another storyline immediately. Okay, despite how much I would love to continue right now, I gotta stop. So thank you for watching. I hope you're just as confused and lost and interested as me. And that you will tune in to the next part. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.